Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome to Nina's Chelsea Corner. If you're new round here, Chelsea beat Newcastle 2-1 at home to take three massive points, three really crucial points after drawing to Forest before the international break, losing to Liverpool at Anfield. This was a must-win game and we won it, so happy days here. I have no complaints. I thought it was a good game to watch as a football fan in general. Some really good patterns of play, some great goals, some great assists, which we'll get into in this video. But overall, despite the kind of nervy end to the game, I am pretty positive after that game. And we go in now with confidence to another away day. Obviously, we've got a midweek game against Newcastle. Again, at St James's Park for the League Cup game, but going into another Premier League game at the weekend against Man United at Old Trafford, we've got all the confidence right now to hopefully win that game. But it's far away. We'll talk about what has just happened before we get ahead of ourselves, too excited and etc, etc. But I was there at Stamford Bridge, I must say, really entertaining game to be there for. When I saw the lineup, I thought, interesting, Malo Gusto, is he playing as left back again? We soon came to realise that it was our captain Reece James at left back instead. Malo Gusto on the right, and of course Colwill and Fofana in centre-back partnership with Sanchez in behind. We had Lavia starting with Caicedo, which didn't really surprise me. I mean, the fact that they have a couple games under their belt together and it's something that Maresca's pushing, I think it was the right call to make, because Lavia is a very physical midfielder up against Newcastle's midfield, where they've got so much physicality, height, and it's really quick at times. I think Lavia was definitely the right call for this one. Enzo, I think, really struggled when he came on, but in his defence, the momentum and the pace of the game and the tempo was just too quick to settle into, especially when he came on, when Newcastle were really trying to put it on us and we were really holding on to dear life at times to keep it 2-1 up until the end. But yeah, to go back to the point, I think midfield worked on the most part. And of course, Cole Palmer, man of the match, Cole Palmer starting, no questions asked there, with Noni Madueke, PEDRO Neto and Nicholas Jackson. Again, out of that kind of front line, I think the only maybe surprising one is PEDRO Neto for Sancho. For me, that was the right call. PEDRO Neto, I said, offers a lot more pace and he is a lot more explosive than Sancho is. And in a game like this against Newcastle, I thought he was the absolute right call and he lived up to it. For me, a man of the match worthy performance for PEDRO Neto. Really, him and Cole Palmer, you could make a case for either or. Both fantastic, both offered so much on the pitch. Neto as well, 90 minutes of non-stop running, working, constantly tracking back, tracking his man, just insane. And it was even amplified by the fact that Noni Madueke kind of gave up a little bit in the second half, and he really did slow the pace of the attack a lot more. But Neto, goodness me, on that left-hand side, he obviously made a case for himself in the Conference League game, but wow, Neto is outstanding in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. So yeah, that's on the lineup, no issues. We went pretty strong and it obviously came through. The fact that now, which is such a breath of fresh air to see our attacking players week in, week out on the score sheet, is just like, wow. We never knew where goals would come from last season. They didn't really come as a given, but when they did, they weren't always from our wingers or our strikers. So yeah, absolutely amazing to see. From the get-go, I thought the first 15-20 minutes from us were really, really super. We were in Newcastle's box, we were constantly trying things out, we were really quick and fluid in our attack. You know, 3 passes, it's in the penalty area. Sometimes it was hard to really make anything out of it, but when Cole Palmer scored minute 4, obviously ruled out for offside, I thought, wow, there you go. And Nico Jackson providing that assist, amazing. Nicholas Jackson, I thought, was superb in that game too. You know, the fact that we're able to praise these players when most of them last season would have a different good game. So it was very rare where you could say that the whole front line had a good game. Now we are seeing it more and more, and it's just absolutely so welcome to see. But yeah, great pass. It's ruled offside, and do you know what, guys, I didn't even see it in person because someone that was sitting in the wrong seat, or he came over and he showed me his ticket and I said, mate, you're in the wrong row. So I missed it. I just heard the crowd and I was too busy looking at this guy's ticket. So it was ruled offside anyway. I was really annoyed about that, but don't worry because there was better goals coming in that game as well. But superb from Cole, and we've seen it before where Cole will always, I mean, he's scored offsides before. He scored goals that have been ruled offsides before, but he doesn't stop. He tries again and he scores. We've seen it time and time again, and he is relentless in that regard. So fantastic, really, really great. And I thought we were in control, we were dominating. Eventually got the opener. I think it was 18 minutes in, and what a way to get an opener. Guys, I've been watching it on repeat and I'm sure you guys have too, because that pass from Cole Palmer was out of this world. To witness that, I mean, I just have no words to describe it. The football IQ this player has just consistently never fails to amaze me. Like, how is he this intelligent? He just knows exactly what to do. And I thought, great. PEDRO Neto as well, though, credit goes to him because obviously he assisted it. But to be able to provide that pace, to chase it all the way up and then square it, you know, seeing your options there without panicking is, again, just wow. So what a team goal. Jackson finishes it. It's a great finish. It's a perfect team goal. And we're 1-0 up just like that. And it was a deserving 1-0 up. However, after that, I think there was a little bit of a shift in momentum because Newcastle really did try and get back into the game. They were creating for themselves a little bit more. And now that I've been talking about so many positives, guys, I can't just ignore and not bring up a certain someone in goal. Robert Sanchez. Guys, I was keeping a tally in that first half. Sanchez gave the ball away to a Newcastle player when distributing it at least 6 times. And one was completely kicked out of play. I mean, really not once to a blue. It just kind of like blew my mind that Sanchez just could not distribute the ball properly. And yeah, there are games like that where our goalkeeper at times looks like he's playing against us, and we're still, though, confident that our front line can outscore the opponent, and we don't have to talk about the goalkeeping or the defending as much, even though we know that that's where the issues lie. But until when? Because there will come a game where that punishes us and it comes back to bite us. Why can it not be a case that Sanchez just distributes as we should? And the fact that such a big part of Maresca's game plan is playing out the back, well, when it hinders our game, is that really sensible to do? So yeah, that's on the negative part, but goodness me, Sanchez. At times, yeah, so it was a really nerve-wracking at times when Newcastle looked like they were coming close to posing threat, causing threat, and then they did when they equalised. Lewis Hall assisted it, Isak puts it away, and I just think, okay, this isn't great going into the second half, but I have the faith that Maresca has shown us many games that something that he says, something that he tells the players at half-time usually means they come out hungrier in the second half and we get to retain our lead. And I thought to myself, that is one thing we do need to work on, the fact that when we do take the lead, at times we lose it. When last season it would be the opposite, you know, we'd concede and then it'd be impossible to come back from a game. So even this is something that has improved on last season. So if we're talking about stepping stones and building blocks, you've got them, they are there, you can see them on the pitch, you can see them in the identity that we're developing as a team, as a collective on the pitch. It's there, it's absolutely there. So really, really positive in that regard. So we come out in the second half and here it is. From the get-go, we are asking questions. We are immediately on it. Cole Palmer. Who else? Cole Palmer. He just, I mean, we can't keep his name out of our mouths, can we? Because he's just absolutely brilliant. Everyone said, oh, we had a bit of a quiet game against Liverpool. I thought that was a testament to Liverpool marking him really well. But the fact that he comes in straight away next game and then goes, who's missing? Me? No, not me. Absolute great finish from the angle as well. Just perfect. Celebrate, and we're 2-1 up. We've retained our lead again. And just like that, we were able to kill the game off. It wasn't easy. We could have killed the game off by finishing a couple chances that we had later on in the game, especially after substitutions. When Mudryk came on and Nkunku came on, there were opportunities there that could have been scored and they weren't, but thankfully we weren't punished. That game easily could have ended a draw and it would not have been necessarily fair, but also you can maybe argue against it because Newcastle did create for themselves as well. They didn't sit back at us. They tried to impose themselves in our box, and maybe they on another day, on another occasion, probably get their opportunity as well. I mean, Isak came close to a second, but he didn't really, I don't know what he did. He tried to go past Sanchez, and instead of squaring it to, I can't remember who it was that was completely open at the far post, he decided to shoot himself. Caicedo dealt with that situation very maturely, by the way. So again, no danger was caused. It didn't come back to bite us, but we killed the game off, and it's 2-1, and it's 3 points Chelsea. And when you put it into context and you look at the table, when Villa and Brighton dropped points this weekend, when Tottenham and Man United lost, when Arsenal and Liverpool drew, 3 points were just so crucial for us to take. These are the games, these are the results that we really need. So yeah, there weren't perfections across the whole pitch. There were definitely things to improve on, but wow, on the most part, great. And I know I spent a lot of time talking about our attack because yeah, it was super impressive, but I do want to shout out Reece James because that is captaincy there, that's leadership. Maresca was talking about it and he's had conversations with him about it, but the fact that Malo Gusto last season stepped up in Reece James' absence so much, and he felt that him playing on the left doesn't bring the best out of him. But Reece James playing as left back, because he is the captain, he can kind of adapt and play out a position to help the team out. He is one of the most senior players in the team, if not the most senior, in the regards of he's been there when we won the Champions League. He's had the most kind of experience playing under different managers, so he knows what it's like. So for him to carry that responsibility is really great to see, and I thought he did absolutely great. Got a full 90. Just how long has it been since we've seen that? The players obviously celebrated with him, and there's just such a good feel-good atmosphere, a feel-good spirit in the team, in the club, in the way that we celebrate goals, guys. So yeah, I'm overall really happy with that performance. I'm happy with the goals. I'm happy with the win, the 3 points, and we just keep going, keep building. We needed this win, really crucial. But yeah, let me know, guys, in the comments down below your thoughts. What would you keep the same? What would you change for our game against Newcastle once again in the League Cup? Would you make many changes? Would you keep things the same? I don't think it will be an entirely different 11, but then who knows? And then obviously Man United at the weekend. But guys, if you've enjoyed this video and you're a new viewer, please subscribe to the channel, smash the likes, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.